Hello, welcome back to another Rosy Life video. I'm so happy to be here and been wrapping up a lot of stuff and starting a lot of stuff for the new year. But today I want to talk to you guys about two things, and you're gonna want to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to dive into these topics from a different perspective, right? Because I feel like the more perspectives that you see the truth, like we look at it from a different angle, right? The more that one of those is just going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It's just it. But before I get started, right now, I want you to make the intention that the truth is simple, that I already know everything, I already have everything, and I already am everything. And what I'm about to hear, I understand. Make that intention before each and every one of my videos, because you are reality and you are deciding what is happening in this moment. It doesn't matter if you were crashing out 5 minutes ago. It doesn't matter if you were stressed out, worrying, reacting. It doesn't matter what news you got, what you saw. It only matters who you say you are in this now moment. That's it. Because this now moment is, when I say we're looking at everything from a different perspective, we're looking at the same now moment from a different perspective. It's not a different now moment. It's the same now moment from different perspectives. Do you see that? Do you see the difference? And that's the same thing with what we call manifesting, is we're looking at the now moment from a different point of view. And every point of view is a manifestation. So there's not like you're moving to a different reality, you're going somewhere, because who you really are never moves. You are changeless. That is the eternal you, that power. You are that eternal love. You are eternal. So manifestation, really simply put, is it's your point of view of the eternal now moment. And when I say now, I'm not talking about the now that's sandwiched between the past and the future. That's what people call the present. I'm talking about the eternal now. And I think A Course in Miracles calls it the eternal moment or the holy moment. And something like that. And I love that because that's what it is. So your point of view of the holy moment is manifesting. So you're looking at all that is the eternal now. The holy moment contains all things, everything you can imagine. It contains it in this here now. And your point of view, when you change your point of view of this now, that is the manifestation. That's cool. I don't even think I've ever said it like that before. It just like came to me right now. But that's why I say your point of view is the law. So your point of view, the way that you view the eternal moment, what you choose to focus on, what you choose to be aware of. Remember, everything is in this now moment. And the way, when you choose to look at yourself from a different perspective, wealthy, healthy, in love, whatever it is that you desire, right? That's a point of view. You change your point of view of yourself, and you're looking at that holy moment from that new point of view. So you are the moment. You are all things, but you are choosing to look out as whoever you desire to be. But it's all happening in this now moment. You're just shifting your perspective. You're choosing a different point of view from which to look out of this eternal, all-encompassing now moment. Everything is here and now. So you're really not going anywhere. Nothing's coming to you. You're not getting stuff. You're just moving in awareness. And that just means that you're choosing to see yourself differently. You're choosing to see something differently. You're choosing to see whatever differently. And that's a point of view. And your point of view is the only truth. Your point of view is the only law. It's the law above all laws. It's the law above the law of assumption, above the law of attraction, above the law of one, above the law of being, above the law of polarity, above all laws. Your point of view is the one and only law. Whatever you say you are is the law above all laws. And that is why your point of view is the only one that ever mattered and still matters and will always matter, unless you decide to allow someone else or something else to tell you what you're looking at, what you're feeling, what you need to do, what you need to overcome. And when you do that, you're still in that eternal moment, choosing to see yourself as a person who needs someone else to tell them what their point of view is, how to manifest, what to feel, what to think, what do I do in this circumstances. It's your point of view. You're exercising your power and you're handing it over to someone. You're manifesting the idea, because you really can't hand it over. You're manifesting the idea that someone else gets to decide for you and that someone gets to decide who you are. Okay, so we're going to talk about this, and the second part of this video is going to be talking about time and its actual role in your manifestations, because I know time is a topic that many people have a lot of questions about. So this is what we're going to be talking about. So stick with me, stay to the end of the video, because I brought out the little wise board. We're going to get into this, and because I'm really excited about talking about this topic. It's come up a lot with my sessions and my clients, and man, my clients are just like really like nailing it. I'm just like, I'm like, it's so cool to talk to some of these people. You know, some of you, I love talking to you guys and messaging you guys. It's really hilarious, because if you guys have been my client, you guys know I'm heavy on the memes. So I will come at you with the memes instead of words. Like my facial expressions in the text, I'm using memes, and everybody laughs and they get it. They're just like, oh my God, okay, I know what you're saying. So it's kind of funny. But also, for those of you who have sent me an email at rose@roseylife.com and expressed interest, I am going to be I announced 3 cities, right? Kind of like a first run, right? Because as the interest grows, it's like I am so like down to go into different parts of the world and the United States to break bread with you guys, really, and to have like an amazing time with you guys. And it's an intimate lunch. It's not going to be like a big convention. It's going to be a small curated group of people, and who I'm going to be able to have a talk to and ask questions and share with each other. And I have a lot of ideas on what I want you guys to be doing besides just talking and eating, right? But I have a lot of cool ideas. So for those of you who have expressed interest in that, and you send me an email, check your inbox, because I already sent out the information on how to sign up and the dates and all of that stuff. So if you're interested, again, I'm starting off with London, Amsterdam, and Paris. Those are going to be the 3 cities that I'm going to be coming to at the end of this month. Signups are open until the 17th of January. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email, and it's going to be amazing, especially for all of you guys too. You're like, I would love to meet other people that are like-minded like me in my city. Well, hello. This is another benefit of doing this luncheon together, because you will be meeting other people in your city that you can connect with and create your own little meetup, basically. Like, and I would love to, and you know, and I'm thinking about it out loud, like if that happens through the luncheons that I do, I'm like, I will totally be happy to like somehow be a part of those meetups. Even like I would love to be even a part of those, like whether it's I don't know, in a group chat or whatever. I don't know. We'll talk about it when we meet in person. Anyway, back to what I wanted to talk about today. So the way I want to start this is I want to share this verse with you that I know many people have heard already. And it's 1 Corinthians 13:3. And it says, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. Well, but the greatest of these is love." Why do you think that the greatest of these three is love? Well, let's talk about it. I had to look up a little definitions to kind of give you guys a better idea of what this scripture is talking about metaphysically. All right. Well, let's look at the definition of hope, because faith, right? We know what faith is. Faith is believing in what you cannot see, right? You're actually choosing to believe in something you cannot see. That's really like the gist of faith, right? But what about hope, right? Let's look at this. And I just pulled up in a Webster's dictionary, like the three, it's the noun, the archaic, and the verb. And it says, the first one is hope, a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. The second one, a feeling of trust. And the third one, want something to happen or be the case. So listen to the theme in that word hope, right? It's a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen, or a feeling of trust. Want something to happen or be the case. But notice how none of these are committed. None of these are actually committed to the decision or the desire. It's just a feeling that I would like it to happen. I could only hope that it would happen. We even use a word that way, right? But remember, let's go back to the original scripture. It says, "And now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." Well, we know what faith is, right? Is that we have that almost like blind faith, right? But it's not even blind. It's just you believe that you are the proof, that what you say is the proof, right? And then hope, it's like, that's nice. It's a lovely feeling, right? To hope or wish for someone well, that kind of thing, right? But it says the greatest of these, however, is love. Well, what is love? What is love? And it says, and you guys know this, probably heard me say this scripture before, right? And it is 2 Timothy 1:7. And it says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Wow. We have not been given the spirit of fear. You can experience fears. You can feel fears like hope, right? You can feel hope. But the spirit that you have, who you are, how you were created, was with power and love. So what is love? Why do scriptures say that love is the most powerful out of all of these things, even greater than faith? Love is God. God is love. It is who and what you are. It is what you're made of. You have been made with a spirit of love. You have not been made with a spirit of hope. Listen to what hope is again. It's hope. It's a feeling. So let me ask you this question. And as I mentioned in another video, when you declare yourself to be something, when you decide you are something, are you actually expecting that what you said, that's what it is? That's exactly what's going to happen. Because if you're not, You're just hoping that it will happen. You're hoping that what you said is true. You're hoping that what you declared, what you decided, what you affirmed, what you imagined, what you scripted, you're hoping that what you said is true. I have no doubt in my mind that you want it to believe it's true. I'm really sure that you really, 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 really want it. But when you decide something, you're hoping. Are you hoping that it's true? Are you wishing that it's true? Are you hoping that you really are this powerful? Are you hoping that you are God? Are you hoping that this will be true? And notice that when you're in that hope, you have a lot of questions. How do I know that this is true? How do I know? Or when you make a decision, instead of hoping that it is true, when you decide, you are declaring and announcing as the truth. Big difference. Huge difference. When you decide, when you affirm, announce, script, imagine, are you doing that and hoping that it's true because you feel like the 3D is out to get you, that the opposite is showing you something that you don't want, that other people have free will to decide for you, that people and things move around in the world, in your world, and they're telling you who you are. And so, and because you feel sucked in and drowning in the reality of 3D, in the reality of people making decisions, telling you no, telling you this is final, this is how it is, this is what you have to do. Are you in the middle of that, swimming in that, upstream, trying to hope that what you said is true in the middle of all that seems to be opposing you? Are you still swimming and affirming and hoping that what you say is true? Or are you deciding and floating in the midst of what you call your 3D? Are you floating in the middle of it knowing that you are the truth? I'm deciding as the truth that this is who I am, because no one else gets to decide in your reality. No one else gets to decide in your life. Are you speaking as the truth, or are you hoping that what you're saying is the truth? Because they're not the same. The other thing I noticed is when you're hoping that what you say is the truth, this is where a lot of people start feeling like they can't hold on to their state of wish fulfilled. How do I hold on to my wish fulfilled? How do I stay in the wish fulfilled? That right there should be a clear indicator that you're still hoping that what you're saying is true, that you're actually not the person you said you are. You know, I was watching a show, and it's a cowboy show, and a lot of the talk during the show was, you know, like all these little Western TV shows and stuff, they're talking about how like your word means something. When I make a promise, that means something. When I give you my word, you have my word. It's like that. It's like when you decide something, you are giving yourself your word. Does your word mean shit to you? Does your decision, your declaration, knowing yourself as the truth, you're the truth as you speak, you are speaking as truth. You're not speaking trying to make something happen. You're not speaking hoping that what you're saying is true. Are you speaking as the truth? Are you actually keeping your word to yourself? Because your word is the law. That's why you hear your word is golden. Your word is gold. Whatever you say, you keep your word because your word is gold. Why do you think that is? Why do we think we hear this so much? So when you're hoping still that what you said is true, you're going to find yourself, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I heard this one coach say that I have to clear up my belief systems, that I have to like transmute this feeling. I have to transmute a negative thought. I have to transmute this and that and the other. I have to have a better self-concept. I don't believe in my word because I don't have a low self-esteem. I need to have a stronger self-concept. I need to work on my self-concept. I need to believe in myself more. It's all of that is like self-help guru stuff. Your word is the law. The truth is simple. What you decide, what you declare is the truth. That is the mother of all self-concepts, is knowing yourself as source. That your word is the law. That you are the law. You are the truth. What you say is the truth. And that's why you heard me. You don't even have to have the feeling of belief, because belief is still a feeling. You don't have to feel that true. It's the knowing and acceptance of it as true. I can sit here and tell you how to develop a self-concept for days. I can tell you how to think better thoughts. I can tell you how you can feel better. I can tell you how you can climb right out of psychosis or anxiety or depression, all of that stuff, and it will still get you nothing. Until you see yourself as source, as the one and only truth. And when you decide and you declare, you are speaking as truth. You're not hoping that what you said becomes true. Because if you're waiting for a desire, a manifestation, you're still hoping that what you said will become true in your 3D reality. Forgetting that your 3D is your reality. Your 3D is you. You don't navigate the 3D. Like I said in another video, the same way that you navigate what you choose to think, choose to focus on, choose to, how you choose to think or focus or be aware of something, that's the same thing you're doing with your 3D circumstances. You can react to it, you can cave into it, you can say it's so real, but it has a control over me. You can say whatever the hell you want, or you can look at it and you're like, yeah, I see it, but that's not what I chose. Oh, but that's so hard to do when it's XYZ, when it's this, when it's that, when it's this. Oh, but that would be nice, but in my reality, I don't have the money for that. In my reality, if I were really that person, I'd have the money for that. If I was that person, then I wouldn't be doing this. If I were this, I would. Well, what exactly would you be doing, and why aren't you doing it? What exactly would you be feeling, and why aren't you feeling it right now? What exactly would you be thinking, and why aren't you thinking about that right now? Instead, you're telling me, oh, one day when I manifest that, then I'll be able to afford that. One day when I can do that, then I'll have that. But right now, I don't. Other than now, what is there? Other than now, what is there? What is it that you're waiting for? It's all happening now. Remember, it's the eternal now. And you are only choosing your point of view from that eternal now. There's the eternal now, and you are just moving in your mind how you want to see out from the eternal now moment. It's like, you know, for those of you who have ever been into a high-rise building, like in Chicago in the Hancock, in the Sears, what is it, the Sears Tower, I don't even know. Anyway, in the building where you go to the top, they've changed the names of these buildings so many times, it drives me nuts. In the top deck, the sky deck, right? You have this complete view of the entire city, okay? And depending on which window, where you walk around, you see a different point of view of the city of Chicago, of the skyline. depending on where you are. Look at that as like the eternal now. What window are you looking at? Because you're standing in the eternal now. You're always standing in it. You're never not in it. You can't try to stay there. You can't try to keep yourself in the God state. You're always God. So if you're in the always the eternal now, and you're just choosing which window do you want to look out from? Which point of view do you want to look out from? Because what you want is already here and now. You're just looking out from that now moment as somebody, as a person who is trying to manifest it, as the person who's still waiting, as the person who's looking for signs, as the person who's waiting for something different to happen, as a person who's waiting for the click, as the person who's waiting for the light bulb moment, as the person who's trying to get it still, as the person who doesn't know how to remain in her wish fulfilled, as a person who, do you see? All of those are happening in that eternal now moment where you are completely whole. You're always whole, no matter what point of view you're looking at. Even if you're looking at the point of view as a most shittiest version of yourself, you're still whole. You're still whole, perfect, and complete. Even when you feel like crap, utter shit about yourself, or you are mad, or you're crashing out, or you're pissed, or you're happy, you're excited, you're still whole. You're still in that eternal whole now moment, looking out of a window, and every window is a different point of view. But you're looking at the point of view is still coming from your whole now moment. Nothing is ever making you not whole. Nothing. So I ask this question to my clients quite a bit. I ask them, I'm like, so you understand what whole is, right? Define what I am whole means. And I'm asking you, define what I am whole means. What does that mean to you? And the answers that I get are that I'm complete, that I'm lacking nothing, that I'm already everything. Exactly. What do you think? These are like cute words or something? You think that this is just a nice concept, a nice idea, right? You're whole, you're complete. Now, my next question that I ask to a lot of my clients is, tell me who or what can add to your wholeness? What or who can add to your wholeness? Nothing, because you're whole. Well, what or who could take away from your wholeness? Same answer, nothing. So nothing can add to you, and no one and nothing can take away from you. That's a scripture right there. Thou shalt not add or take away from the word of God. And what's the word is you, the truth that you are whole. The word is God, and God is the word. That's you. Nothing can add to you, and nothing can take from you. So when you're feeling like you're lacking or missing something or someone, you're just looking out of a window as the person who doesn't have something. But even when you do that, it can't make you not whole. It cannot make you a shitty self-concept. It can't make you lacking anything, because you are whole, whether you feel it or not, whether you see it or not, whether you say you believe it or not. You're always whole, regardless if you feel it, believe it, or see it. So recognizing yourself as already whole, already complete, already enough is the mother of all fucking self-concepts. Try to fucking top that. No matter how I feel, no matter how I feel about myself, I'm still whole. I'm still complete. I'm still enough. No matter what I think of myself, no matter what I think of others, no matter, and I said this to a client, I said, I could tell someone to F off all day long, and I'm still whole, and I still get what I want. And I'm still unconditional love, and I'm still unconditionally loved. Because what I say and what I do and what I feel does not take or add to me unless I give it permission to do so. Because that would be me stepping up to a window in the skybox and deciding to look out at myself and see myself as, oops, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. But even when I do that, I'm still whole. I'm still whole and complete, and I'm still perfect. You're still worthy. You're still, you being worthy and enough is inside of wholeness. When I say whole, what desire, what thing that you desire could possibly not be in there? Whole means whole. It means complete. I can try to pick at it all day long and try to and think that something's missing, but that's just me looking at another window from that eternal moment skybox and saying, I don't have it. But I'm standing in wholeness saying, I don't have it. I'm standing in the wholeness, looking out and say, it's been so long. I'm standing in wholeness saying, it's missing. I lost it. It's gone. But you're standing in wholeness, saying those things, declaring those things. So what do? You remember that you're whole no matter how you feel, that you already have every single desire, no matter how you feel, no matter what you think, no matter what your self-concept is, no matter what it is, that you already whole, you're perfect as you are. You don't have to change a fucking hair on your head to be deserving, worthy, and you already aligned to all your desires. You don't have to earn and align to your desires. You don't have to find a way to align and stay in your wish fulfilled when you're standing in the middle of the wish fulfilled all the time. All the time. But you're looking out from a window saying, I don't have it. But even when you say that, you look out the window, you still have it. Do you see the funniness in that? So you're reminding yourself, I don't have to do shit. This is what Neville Goddard meant. I don't have to lift a finger to make it so. I do not have to lift a finger to make it so because I'm already it. It's already so. I am standing in it. I'm already it. So it doesn't matter what your point of view is. You can choose right here, right now, in this eternal now, and declare, this is who I am, and I'm not moving to another window. Even if I look to the right and to the left and I see the other options, I see the other versions of myself, I can see them, I can be aware that they're there. That's nice, but I already said who I am, and I'm looking out this window. No matter how much I can see in the other windows, it doesn't matter. I can hear it, I can feel it, I can hear the thoughts, I can feel the thoughts, all that shit doesn't matter. I already chose. And what did I choose? I chose as the truth because I'm standing in the truth all the time. And as the truth, I'm declaring, deciding that this is who I am no matter what. I'm not hoping that what I say is true. I'm not hoping and waiting for someone to transport me to another window. No. I'm deciding as the truth. I'm standing in the truth as the truth, speaking as the truth that this is who I am. What else do you think is going to happen? You're the truth. Now, let's shift over to once you decide this, everybody wants to know, time. How long does it take? How long does it take? It's all now. It's all happening in this now moment. All of it. So what's the purpose of time? What's the whole point of time? What's the whole point of past and present and future if it's all happening right now? Well, I told a client, and I've said this before, like, you can have all the ice creams in the world, but how are you gonna know the different ones? I think I told her there could be 1,000 spices in your kitchen cabinet, and can you imagine mixing them all together and tasting that? It probably tastes like utter shit, okay? So, without time, without a past, okay, I already tasted that one. Now I'm gonna move on to this one, the present. And when I'm done tasting this one, I'm gonna move to the future one and eat that one next. So first I already did that one. Right now I'm gonna eat this one, and then I'm going to taste that one. That past, present, future. That's what we need time for. Because how else are you going to experience all that you are all at once? You won't even know you ate it, or saw it, or felt it, or tasted it. Time is what you create. And yes, you individually, every single one of us, time is what you manifest. You manifest the idea of time so that you can make sense of how it went from not having something to now having something, and see yourself continue to have it. You manifest the idea of time so you can say, I didn't have it, I do have it, and I will have it. That's all time is. But even when you're doing that, you're still looking out one of those windows on the skybox, manifesting the idea of time for every single version of you. How else? You are literally manifesting and creating the logical explanation, the practical, you guys love that word, the practical explanation, the practical steps. You're manifesting it. Once you choose, you manifest the practicality, the logical, the how it makes sense to your thinking mind of how it happened, how it arrived. But I'm going to tell you, you don't need it. You manifest it because you're in your 3D world of illusion that thinks everything's logical. But even that statement is a manifestation. Like literally everything you can think of is an idea. Everything, the laws are an idea, everything's an idea, everything's a concept. All of it. I don't care what you put in front of me, it's a fucking idea that you manifested and you created. All of it. So you manifest this idea of time so that you create, that's how she got that money. That's what, so like, let's say that you haven't seen a friend for 10 years, right? First of all, you get the idea that you want to see your friend, okay? You get your idea that you want to see your friend, and you're like, oh, that person. And then you create the idea that it's been 10 years, okay? So you manifested that idea. So you're like, oh yeah, it's been 10 years. And then the person, how is the person going to appear in your life, right? Well, you already said that it's been 10 years, right? So you're manifesting. And when I say you're manifesting the logic and the how, that's your higher self, which is also you, okay? Your higher self, so I as Rose am choosing, right, who I want to experience in my 3D reality. And my higher self, which is also me, it's all me, okay, is the one that manifests the how that makes sense story in time. So back to you haven't seen your friend for 10 years, and now you're just like, I wonder how they're doing. Well, of course, you're the truth, you're the law. So what you said is now underway. You want to see your friend, that's who you're going to see. So, but how? You don't know where the fuck they are. You haven't called them. You don't have their number. They don't have your number. You're not on social with them or nothing. How's that going to happen? Then this person appears in your life. You run into them, whatever. They find you on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Okay? And then they proceed to tell you what they've been doing for the last 10 years. They proceed to tell you what their story is. They proceed to tell you. And then they could tell you in 2 minutes. You're like, oh my God, it's like, I feel like we just talked yesterday. I feel like no time has gone by at all. Every time I talk to you, it just feels like I just talked to you, like no time has gone by at all. Oh my God, I know, it feels so good. You manifested all of that, but you don't know it because your little human self is the one choosing, and your higher self is literally unfolding how this shit's going down. So why? So it can make time, space sense to you, because you put the space there. You said it was 10 years because you could have just said, I just saw them yesterday. That's another story. Do you see? But when you say that, you don't think you're speaking as a truth. You're hoping. You're like, that would be cool. That would be cool. I hadn't seen this person for 10 years and I changed my story to I just saw them last night. That would be cool. You don't even think that what you're saying is the truth. You're hoping that what you just said is true, but you're like, nah. What you just said is the truth. When you know that you are the truth and you speak as a truth, well, that's just how it fucking is now. I just saw them last night. You guys getting this? I want to go over this with you guys a little bit more about time. So now you guys got an idea. Now I got to draw it. Okay? So now, oh my God. I hope, okay, I'm not the best drawer. Okay, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Okay. Remember the Sears Tower? No, it's like whatever. I'm so tired of all these ancient. But anyway, the skybox where you can get all views of the city, right? Okay, that's you. Okay, this is the tower, and you're at the top. You are all that is, standing in the now, the eternal now. Okay, this is you. It's all here and now, and your choice, my choice, is reality. When you speak, you're speaking as truth. You're not speaking and hoping that it happens. I hope it's true. I wish it were true, but it's been so long. I have birthdays to prove it. I have vacations to prove it. I have, whatever to prove it. I've moved addresses. I have all this proof that it has been 10 years. That's your truth. Do you see? You speak as a truth. I can argue with your truth because that's your reality and your truth, and no one can argue with you because you are reality, and in your reality, that's your truth, and that's just how it is, and everybody in your world is going to reflect that's your truth. There's no way around it. When you understand what time is, and I hope after this video, I know that after this video, you guys are going to have a different perspective on it. Okay? But think about it. I just said what time is good for. It's just to help you make sense that you went from one window, one point of view, to another point of view. But it's all happening right now. But how do you experience that change, that idea that it's been 10 years to I just saw them last night? How do you shift from that perspective to that perspective? It doesn't make sense. Your higher self makes sense of it for you using this thing called time. But I want to ask you a further question, and this is a fun exercise to do for each of you individually. Get a piece of paper and write down, if I were to let go or loosen up this fixation that time is concrete and factual and real, and the calendars and the clock and the people and the holidays and everything else, the birth certificate, the pieces of paper proving, like if I were to let go of this, right, what are exactly some of the things that I would actually be letting go of? We're going to notice past, present, and future, right? These are some of the things that I just thought of, and the list could be like eternal, pun intended. Some of the things that you would loosen your grip or like let go of is the belief that there's a consequence. Oh, well, I made that choice and now there's a consequence to it. Like either positive or negative. You believe that A produced B and now there's a consequence that you have to deal with. Regret. You made a choice and now you regret it. You fucked up. You messed up. Damn, you missed your chance. Shame. Shame on me for doing that. Do you see? You feel shame. Guilt. You feel guilty for something you said, something that you did, because you believe that that past led you to this moment to feel like shit, to feel shame, to feel guilt, to feel regret, to feel consequence, loss. You lost something. A person, whatever. You lost something. Your cup or whatever. You lost something, right? Remember, these are all ideas in the experience of time. FOMO, your fear that you're gonna miss out on something. Your fear if you don't go to this party, you're gonna miss out. You fear if you don't go to that networking event, you're gonna miss out on new clients. You're fearing that if you don't go now, you're never going to be able to do it. You're fearing if you spend this money, you're going to miss out and you're going to feel regret and shame. You're FOMO. Failure. I screwed up. I'm done. It's over. I fucked up. Karma. I made a choice. Now the consequences are kicking in. Karma is just like that belief in consequence. Sum of choices. Your life is a sum of all your choices. And when you're on your deathbed and you die, you are living and facing the sum of all your choices of your whole life. Do you guys get it? Are you guys seeing what you strongly holding on? You rather believe in this than in this. That you are the eternal now moment. I am eternity. That is who you are. You'd rather believe in your time than in you are eternal. And then there's other things like aging, fat or fat gain or loss. Like think about it. Oh, I ate too many calories today. I ate too many cookies today. So now I'm going to be fat. Well, first you have to believe that food can make you fat or skinny, and that it's good or bad for you. You are choosing to believe that. And then how do you accumulate calories? Time. You accumulate calories over time. So I'm not saying that completely eliminate your belief in time, like you can't use it whatsoever. I'm just telling you, there's a bunch of fucking loopholes in this shit. That's what I'm trying to point to you. Loss of money, muscle, collagen, wrinkles, like you do out, like think about all the things that you've just willy-nilly accepted and believe are true that are wrapped up in time. Time is here for us to experience things because time is also beautiful. Time is also here for us to experience a long embrace, amazing sex, kisses, an amazing meal, playing with your dog, your children, right? All kind of vacationing, being on a first class flight, enjoying the service, right? Time is amazing and beautiful too. I just want you to see the death grip that you have on time, on how you can use it to your benefit by picking and choosing which you want to believe is true for you. Because the only truth is your truth. I said it before and I'm saying it again. Don't ever let anyone, including me, including every coach and teacher out there, dead or alive, don't allow anyone to tell you who you are, how to do things. And just because it worked for them, that's awesome. And it may work for some and not others. Why? Because they chose to believe that's true for them too. There can be no other way. There is no magic technique. There is no magic coach. There's no magic teacher. There's no magic book. There's no magic words. It's you. You are the magic. You are the truth. And there is no other. All right, you guys, so happy you're here. Members, I'll be coming over and announcing our next live Q&A, and look for more content over there as well coming up soon. And I love you guys and appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.